It's the 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Good evening, everybody. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Great to have you with us on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the New York Knicks. For the Knicks, they're ahead of where they were last season at this time. Always nice to see that progress in a positive direction. And here we go, toe-to-toe, two of the most formidable front courts in the NBA. Shaq, tonight, how do you see this battle of the bigs being played out?
Well, it's not checkers, but it'll definitely be a chess match in the terms of rotations, substitutions. Each team will try to establish itself very, very early.
I thought maybe it'd be a lot more physical than a chess match.
Oh, chess can be physical. You didn't watch Bobby Fischer? He's still missing.
Well, stretch bigs will try to put shot blockers, away from the basket. And then when you get those shot blockers away, you get drives to the rim. So the power bigs, they try to throw their weight around on the blocks, but overall, the stretch bigs separate the floor.
I think it's time to tip this thing off. Kevin Harlan has the call. We'll see you later.
Certainly one of the most beautiful structures in the most historic city in the U.S. That's City Hall here in Philadelphia. Everyone is in their seats here at the Wells Fargo Center as the 76ers look to grab a win here in Philadelphia. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. Only one game away from New York here. The Knicks will be back home for the next one. They've been picking up some steam, and if they can play this well all season, they'll be in excellent shape.
They're in the midst of a huge stretch right now, and I'm not sure if they can sustain it. But they ought to ride this momentum as long as they can.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Good evening, Kevin. Sixers head coach Brett Brown has gone through the lean years in Philly, but his coaching philosophy stayed constant during that time. He said, who's playing hard? There's a certain type that we're trying to grow in a city like Philadelphia. We've got to find people who can gain respect by competing. Kevin?
Thanks, D.A., and Philly loves guys that work hard, a great attitude to build your team around for sure. Well, we have some conference rivals meeting up tonight. Clark, I know these games get very intense.
Yeah, in many ways, too, Kevin. The crowd is more amped up, louder, more emotional, more rabid, and the emotions between the players can run high, leading to friction and confrontation. So it's a charged environment when you lock heads with your rival.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Sessions out there with Hardaway. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then it's Lee. And it's Porzingis in at the power forward. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
And Bayless kicks to Simmons. Embiid with a screen on Porzingis. That one drops for him.
It really is a thing of beauty watching Simmons in screen and roll situations. He's a manipulative master when it comes to tearing apart the defense.
Now here's Kanter. Battles through traffic and lays it in.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
And Bayless kicks to Covington. Embiid with a screen on Lee. Covington against Lee. Just 5 to shoot. Hardaway against Redick. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Knicks on offense. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And once they established that flow offensively, really never got any resistance from the D.
And Greg, they were sinking shots left and right, and that's got to be demoralizing for the defense. They were in a real zone.
And Greg, with Enes Kanter last season, he had to miss significant time with the broken hand, but his offensive game is something to watch when he's healthy.
He just plays hard. He provides that instant offense off the bench, a great array of post moves to pick from.
Sharge checked in for the 76ers. T.J. McConnell comes in for Jared Bayless. That's good from Cantor.
In last season, the Knicks raised expectations with some of those big free agent signings and trades in the prior year. And let's face it, things just didn't work out quite how they had planned. Some would say they underachieved. Hard pill to swallow for a fan base that went into the year with so much hope.
Saric, Porzingis with the block.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
There's a screen by Cantor. Outside, Porzingis. From the arc. Good on the three-point shot. Porzingis has got 5 now.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting called, and for good reason.
Well, you know, Greg, they can count on him to get buckets. I mean, he's getting the ball because he's very efficient when he has it.
And so it's the New York Knicks holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. We'll return shortly. And J.J. Redick, a focal point in his tenure with the Duke Blue Devils, both offensively and as a lightning rod for fans.
I think I'll forever be associated with Duke and Duke basketball. And obviously that's a polarizing topic for some people. They like me, some people don't like me. But I take a lot of pride in the fact that I went to school there, I got to play there, and I graduated from Duke.
There's no doubt that he is Mr. Duke, J.J. Redick, and it's hard to argue with that school's incredible success, Greg, whether you like him or not. And I know you've had a first-hand view of Duke a couple times.
And listen, I have the utmost respect for J.J. and Coach K and what they've done there. And listen, you could be known for a lot worse things in your life and haven't gone to a lot worse places. But I think for him, it's not about where he's been, Kev. I think it's about where he's going and what's going to be the next chapter in his career.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Knicks?
Well, already in the first period, they found ways to get this offense ramped up.
Yeah, nice beginning so far. This is how you play out of the gate.
We've got Johnson. Anderson is out there with Dario Saric. And it's T.J. McConnell. And it's Stauskas in at the shooting guard position. That's the group for Philadelphia to start the second quarter.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, a lot of times you don't know why. It takes a little while to work the knots out, but it looks like they're putting it together right now.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
There's 37 seconds left now here in the second.
And 2 for 1. That's what they'd like to get right now.
That would be ideal, and that's exactly what they'll try to do. They don't need to rush it, just need to get a quality shot, and quickly.
Now here's Johnson, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Johnson's got his first points of the night.
Nice hands that time by Johnson, able to gather and go up with no problems at all inside.
Here's Ntilikina. He's coming off a 10-point game against Indiana.
And not just the scoring. It was also how fierce he was on defense, grabbing 3 steals on the night as well.
Yeah, I like the feel Ntilikina showed there. I mean, nice sense of where he was and what was available.
And so it's New York bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thank you. Here with Brett Brown. Now, Coach, it seemed like you guys came out a little flat. How do you get some energy for the second half?
You just got to go with the people that have energy. I feel like we are not the aggressors. We have to do whatever we're going to do through our defense, and so far it's been poor.
Brett, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here. Got Shaq, got Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you back to the halftime show on 2K Sports. There was no stopping Kristaps Porzingis in the first half. He had 12 points and 1 block. Hey, big fella, what's your take on New York so far?
Well, Kenny knows about this. I used to do this to his team all the time. Take advantage of you down low. Mismatch, barbecue chicken alert, make good entry passes. That led to some good looks, obviously a lot of points. When you control the paint, Ernie, you control the game. I was the master of controlling the paint. Shaquille.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Philadelphia?
Well, they're facing a team that shot very well in the first half. Now, that being said, they probably weren't aggressive enough on the defensive end. That was the difference.
And now, folks, just moments away from the start of the third quarter.
And now the third quarter about to get going. And it's been a clinic out there by Kristaps Porzingis.
And I'll tell you, his work on the blocks in that first half, really impressive.
Yeah, he squatted on that paint area and owned it, perfectly using his size and that soft touch inside. That's a heck of a combination, strength, size, and soft touch. Nice.
And now the third quarter about to get going. Clark, in your rookie season in the NBA, did you ever have a welcome to the NBA moment? You know, a play or a sequence where you were brutally introduced to how unforgiving the NBA can truly be?
Yeah, how about my first night out? Spencer Haywood ran me in circles, and I shot 2 for 17, scored 6 or 8 points, and he was in my head from the very beginning. Thankfully, the Pacers won that game because it was a forgettable night other than that. But Spencer Haywood, even to this day, when I bump into him, reminds me of how he disrupted me and distracted me in that first game of my rookie season.
On the court for the Knicks, Enes Kanter is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Ramon Sessions. Then there's Hardaway, and it's Lee in at the 3, the small forward.
You've got to give Brett Brown, I think, just a ton of credit for holding the Sixers locker room together over the years. Brutally difficult to lose and keep fighting and playing hard and playing together. He's created, along with those players, a culture of hard work and effort, and they are not skipping steps along the way. And eventually, folks, that will pay off in good play.
Now here's Covington. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Pulls up on the wing. Porzingis with the rebound.
And, you know, where was the defense there, Kevin? I mean, even though he missed it, that was not a good effort. Pitiful.
An even 3-on-3 break. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Ramon Sessions with the steal. Lets a floater go, and it's laid up and in by Lee. Lee's got the lead up to 9 now for the Knicks. Outside, Simmons. Embiid with it. And that comes off the assist by Jared Bayless. Embiid's got his second bucket of the night.
And you can see how comfortable Embiid is, feeling like nobody can guard him in the paint. And he's right.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Knicks lead by 7. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. Just 1 quarter left in regulation. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. New York leading by 7. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. And so in the game for the 76ers, Simmons is out there with Sharge. And there's Embiid, and it's Jared Bayless, and it's Luwawu in a 2-guard. And Kanter throws it down.
He's their go-to guy, and when he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
And Simmons kicks to Sharge. Embiid against Kanter, and Embiid gets it to go.
Well-coordinated shot mechanics, especially for a guy with his rim.
Yeah, and you know, it looks effortless, easy, silky smooth, textbook shooting form. Man, that's nice.
Now here's Beasley. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for New York.
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
They've also jumped on any opportunity they've had to attack the basket tonight.
I
mean, excellent penetration.
So the first one drops, and that stretches their lead to 8. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 9-point ball game here. The 76ers running out of time. Bayless the pass to Simmons. Screen by Saric. Shoots off the screen, and no good. Excellent D from Cantor. The Knicks shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively. Simmons against Beasley. Pass to Kuzminskis. 6 on the shot clock. There's a screen by Cantor. Shot from free throw range. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
And how much longer are they going to keep that foot on the accelerator?
As long as required, Greg. I mean, you can tell they want to put this thing to bed.
And the 76ers call time here. They're down by 11. 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kristaps Porzingis.
And when a player scores over half his team's points, you know he's going to be our pick. Even when he's been the exclusive focus of the defense, they just haven't been able to keep him in check. A tremendous individual effort.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Okafor is checked in for Embiid. Johnson comes in for Saric. Anderson, he's checked in for Ben Simmons. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Jared Bayless. Here's Anderson. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
Man, gotta like the confidence of Anderson inside, showing excellent patience and a nice soft touch near the rim.
Kick by O'Quinn. Beasley in the post, covered by Okafor. And that one is good by Beasley.
Yeah, with this lead, that's probably going to do it. Fans heading for the exits.
And, Greg, you know how hard it is to win on the road, but they seem to have this one firmly in control and have been very impressive today.
And the 76ers call time here. They're trailing by 11. 15 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, this has been rough all the way around. I mean, coming in with high hopes and then just now trying to finish the best they can.
Well, Greg, this one's clearly over. This is done, but hopefully they can find some momentum to carry into the next game.
Hits, count that one from Stauskas.
Well, you just can't afford to let Stauskas shake free from outside, a long bomb threat who is remarkably consistent from beyond the arc.
So it's New York picking up the win. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. And we'll see you next time